And welcome back, everyone, for week 14 of the 2014 NFL season. I'd like to start off by congratulating the two winners of the Geo Knows contest. Congratulations to Hans Bode and Ralph Nasrella. Well done, you two, for your chance to win some Let's Take the Man's Money gear. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And here are this week's picks. Here are my ATS picks for the week. The first game we're going to look at has the Indianapolis Colts going to Cleveland, where the Brownies are 3.5-point dogs at home. It looks like the Browns are going to be going back with Hoyer at quarterback after teasing us with Johnny Manziel last week. I don't know what kind of a message that sends to the Browns. I think they were really ready to take Johnny Football as their leader. And when the Colts play and when they win, and I think they're going to win this game, they tend to win by more than this number. It's a pretty low price to pay for a very good Indianapolis Colts team. So let's lay the points and let's take Indianapolis minus 3.5. The second game we're going to look at has the Houston Texans going to Jacksonville, where the Jaguars are 5-point dogs at home. This is probably the best bet you can make when it's a division game and the home team is the dog. I don't expect Fitzpatrick for Houston to go out and throw 6 touchdown passes like he did last week. And give the Jags some credit. They aren't throwing in the towel for a top pick. They're trying really hard. I like Jacksonville to actually win this game, and you get the points. So let's take Jacksonville plus 5. The third game we're going to look at has Buffalo going to Denver, where the Broncos are 10-point favorites at home. The Broncos are playing very well, but Buffalo's defense is very good, especially that front four. I believe they're the second best defensive team in the league in terms of allowing points. And Denver, like I've been saying through the year, they don't score normally like they were doing last year. I think they'll win the game, but that just might be too many points against a very good team. So let's go with Buffalo plus 10. And the fourth game is on Monday night as Atlanta goes to Green Bay, where the Packers are 12.5-point favorites at home. The Packers are just invincible at home this year. Last week, New England gave them about as good as they're going to get, and they still beat them by 6 points. I guarantee you this is going to be another typical Green Bay rout. 12.5 points used to be a lot back in the day, but you know, in this age of pass first, pass second offenses, it's not a real difficult number. So let's lay the points and take the Packers minus 12.5. Here are my 4 over-under plays. The first game we're going to look at has Tampa Bay going to Detroit, where the number is 41.5. The Lions, of course, I took them last week under, and they exploded for their most offense since week 1. But I think what you're going to see is they're going to come back down to earth offensively, and of course their defense is very good. I like the under, so let's go under 41.5. The second game we're going to look at has the New York Jets going to Minnesota to take on my Vikings. That number is 40.5. The Jets have simply abandoned any pass game. And unless the Vikings block multiple punt returns for touchdowns, they don't score either. So let's go under the total of 40.5. The third game we're going to look at has a game we talked about earlier, Buffalo going to Denver. That number is 48.5. I just think Buffalo's defense is good enough to keep that number pretty low for a Denver game. So let's go under 48.5. And the fourth game is one that we looked at already, the Atlanta-Green Bay game. That number is very high. It's 56. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers will put up 45 points by himself, and Atlanta's offense is very good. So let's take over the 56. Here's my Let's Take the Man's Money parlay play. 5 games. We'll take 2 against the spread, 2 over-unders, and 1 money line play. The first game we'll take is the Indianapolis Colts minus 3.5. Then we'll take Green Bay minus 12.5. For our 2 over-unders, we'll go Tampa Bay Detroit under the 41.5 and New York Jets Minnesota under 40.5. And we'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars on the money line. A $25 bet will make you $1,018.83. Good luck. Here are my straight-up picks for this week. We'll start off with a Thursday night game. I think the Cowboys will do just enough running the ball to beat Chicago. On Sunday, we'll start off with a bit of an upset here, as I like the Ravens to sneak by the Dolphins, who are coming off the Monday nighter in Miami. We'll take Cincinnati, finally are at home, to win over the Steelers, but I never get the Steelers games right. We'll take the Titans over the New York Giants in Tennessee. I'll go with the Colts. I mentioned this game earlier, over the Browns. We'll go for the Jaguars over the upset win over Houston in Jacksonville. I like New Orleans at home against the Carolina Panthers. The Lions should beat the, who are they playing, the Bucs pretty easily. My Vikings will beat the New York Jets in probably what should be the snooze fest of the week. I'll take the Denver Broncos at home over the Bills. I like the Chiefs to, a bit of an upset here, to beat the Cardinals in Arizona. The Niners better not be looking ahead to this game next week against Seattle. This could be a trap game for them, but I'll take San Francisco over the Seahawks. I'll take the New England Patriots to win over the Chargers. They never lose 2 games in a row. And on Monday night, I'll take the Green Bay Packers over the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, those are my picks for this week. Good luck to you. Remember to check us out on Facebook. I'll leave the link below, and check out my website, geoknows.com. Lots of good information there, and you can catch all of the other YouTube prognosticators videos as well. Okay, for the Geo Knows YouTube channel, I am Geo. Let's take the man's money.